afternoon. Brecon Beacons again. We've come for a quick walk through the forest over that way and up to the ridge and maybe head up to Penifan, we'll see. Parked over there. But we're going to walk a different way today because we want to do we want to camp in the woods basically, so not the best of weather. But you know what it's like once you get in the trees, under your tarp, it's going to be lovely. So that's where we're going to head, up the side of the river. So previously we camped down there. We've also camped in this space here. But today we're going to have a look up here to hang a couple of hammocks in and we'll see how it goes. Oh, that's nice. What people leave behind, eh? Okay, mister. Right. Just worked our way straight out there, not as far around. I'm just heading up here. Miserable conditions, but actually it's so warm and humid. It's really nice. Very close, not a lot of air, no air movement. And that river's just keeping us cool. Made our way up from the river. Turned left and we're carrying up the side of the trees because the forest was just too thick. Coming up to the ridge. There's Marley, outpacing us all as usual. I think I'll go this way. We are a bit Angela Merkel today. Bloody doomy and gloomy. I think a cup of tea at this windbreak's in order. Here she is. A wet and windswept Lucy. Here, Marley. Well done, darling. So we're having a rest at 638 metres. Right, tea time. Well, we've made it up to the ridge. We stopped and had a cup of tea because it's quite a climb up. Marley's fighting with Lucy. We're just in this little sheep hollow here because above there it's horrible. The views, rubbish. So we're going to head round the ridge. We're not going to bother with any of the peaks today. We're going to head down the next crevice like this. the next path down, work our way back to the reservoir and go and set up camp. Oh, just a quick walk today, but we couldn't come here and just do nothing. It's lovely up here. I can't wait to get a fire going and swing in my hammock. Quite bleak, but there you go. What can you do? Got to make the most of it and get out, haven't you? Right, we've just reached the point where we head back down, and there it is. Marley already remembered. There's a new cairn grown there. We haven't been here for months, so we are going to head down there. So, pleasant little walk, only a quarter of a mile along the ridge, downhill. Not looking forward to the mud. I know it's going to be horrible and muddy down there, but we're going to take Marley's jacket off so he doesn't get it too muddy, so he can sit around it in camp tonight. It's horrible. Hey Marley. Oh, you look like a springer today. Your hair up, don't you? Straight out the wind, yeah, lovely. Either or, whatever you want. Slowly, Marley. Shame about the weather, but yes, you got little legs, haven't you? I watched Roger and Diane's latest video, gone for a ratch, and they went to a little cave in the Lake District, and it would have been a perfect home for you. He even says so. Yeah. Hobbit.
I'm not a hobbit, I'm just short.
It is. Wet grass or slippy rocks, take your choice.
Yeah. What shall I do? Slippy, muddy rocks?
Yeah. There's a killer caterpillar. Let's see what happens if we touch it.
Is it pretending to be dead?
Oh, he's a big one. Right, we're just crossing the lower Nuad or Nud reservoir, and then we're going to head back to the car, sort out what we're going to wild camp with, and then head back into the woods the way we started walking. We're not going to be a million miles from the car, but still basics. Well, that was the first. The gentleman with the green backpack walking off there, that's Scott. And he's one of my subscribers, and that's the first time that's happened. He said, oh, I've been watching your videos on YouTube, so we're well chuffed with that. So thank you very much, Scott, you made my day. And hopefully he'll be putting his videos up soon, because he's wild camping at the reservoir back there tonight. So I hope he has a good one. I hope you have a good camp, Scott. We're all loaded up for camping now, and we're heading back into the woods, heading back up that way. It is very wet, very damp, and the ground, look, but at least in the hammocks that isn't a problem. But it means Marley's got to sleep on the floor somewhere. I think there's an old used little little pitch area up here with a little fire in the middle of it, so we're probably going to use this. Here we are, this looks good. Looks like there's some seats we can use. Trees to hang the hammocks. Yeah, this will do. There's been a couple of fires here, look. People not really taking care of their mess. So, looks like we're going to camp here. Oh, what are you having, a Bombay bad boy?
Yep.
Good quality camp food going on here. We have had a pot noodle and set up camp, had a coffee and chilled out after our walk, and here is our camp. So, nothing flash, standard DD tarps and DD hammocks. I've got a travel hammock because I like the waterproof bottom, but Lucy hasn't because she says she's never going to sleep on the floor in it. Lisa Tarbuck's rattling away on the radio, and there we go. Oh, Lucy. You love it, don't you? Because Lucy sleeps on her back anyway. I don't, but I can get away on my side in a hammock, so I'm alright. But not a bad little camp spot when you look. And then right next to the river, so a great water supply. Just mooch down there. Brilliant. So we're going to chill out for a while. So we have had a hell of a week. And we haven't been out since May bank holiday when we went to Llangwynant and camped there, and I have been dying to get out. But this week, for a bad week, tops them all. So we're going to chill out for a while before we have chilli and rice, and we're going to knock back some wine. I think we deserve it.
Young man who would become a priest. He dug up his dear father who was recently deceased. He did it with tarot cards, a mystically attuned mind, and shortly thereafter he did find spot young brat. She thought she knew it all. She smoked methylated cigarettes and she had sex in the hall. But she was not my kind, nor even of my sign. The kind of animal that I would be about. So glad you found me. You're still doing things that I gave up years ago. You keep hanging around me and I'm not. So glad you found me. You're still doing things that I gave up years ago. Was a bit surreal. She painted all her toes, and on her face she wore dentures clamped tightly to her nose. And when she finally spoke, her twang and glasses broke, and no one else could smoke while she was in the room.
Very white light, isn't it?
Right, for dinner tonight, fire, Marley, we have a rice, Uncle Ben's. Lucy's going down the cheap Chinese route.
What, with my Chinese
stove, butane
I'd like to show my
converter.
Chinese stove how wonderful it is. Look, let me turn it up. Oh,
Look, good stuff.
That's just dumbass.
No swearing on the video, please.
Okay.
There you go.
Look, Chinese stove.
Very good. And in this one we have, chili con carne, lovely. Right, there's dinner. Chili con carne and rice. Lovely. Just sitting in the hammock, swinging about. Right. I hope Scott's getting on alright with his wild camp at the reservoir. Good luck to you, mate. Right, it is 11 o'clock. We are watered, fed, wined. Pardon? And we're going to bed. Good night. See you in the morning. Good morning. Oh. Well, that was an odd night. As you can see through this mesh, but Marley got off his lead and started digging holes in the middle of the night. Someone turned up, letting off fireworks somewhere. Jesus. Nice and dry though. Actually slept alright. Marley's breakfast, like a birthday cake, so it's the only way we can tempt him to eat it in the morning when we're camping. Whoa!
Yeah, he's going to pick out the candles first.
Look at this. Look at the state of this dog. Right, so when we woke up in the middle of the night, panicking because Marley had disappeared, got off his leash, his fix, because he was lying under me and he was fixed on this chain and lead, and he disappeared. That's what he was doing. 3 o'clock in the morning, and he went off up there, and so he had a good night. I'm talking about you. Right, that's where we had the fire last night, and I was saying how this whole area was burnt anyway. And I put it on bricks, etc., on rocks to raise it up, and I put a wood base, but I've just found out why. Some idiot has burnt a tyre here. Can you believe it? Some people in a place like this, look how beautiful this spot is, and look. And the damage to the trees round here, they're hacking them. There you go, there's an example. Look at that. What are they doing? I'll tell you. Does make my blood boil. Done it, Marley. Isn't it annoying, eh? Is it annoying? Just throw my ball. Hello, Marley. Oh, something in the eye. Right, well, we're about done. We're going to pack up, head back to the car. So once again, thank you for joining us on this one. Excuse my eyes. Hay fever, I think. And we'll see you again on the next one. Cheers then. Right, we're all packed up. That's where we slept, between those two trees. None of that fires and all that is ours. I mean, look at them, they're all over the place. Over there, there's two, there's one there, there's one there. Jesus. But there you go. So no trace apart from Marley where he dug his hole, so it looks like there's been a wild boar there, but never mind. So let's head off. Yeah, there's the rubbish.